North Dakota's Devils Lake is legendary for producing portly yellow perch topping a pound and yields giants over 2 pounds every season. Up next, Jon and fellow guide Jason Feldner venture out on this high plains perch paradise, armed with one of the hottest new perch lures to hit the market in decades.
Few fish there all of a sudden, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. There he is.
Twice.
I paused him. I paused at that time and he railed it. Nice fish.
Oh yeah, look at that one.
That's a dandy there.
That's a dynamite Devils Lake perch right there. You know the locations that you can catch these fish on early ice? They're actually pretty simple, and let me explain to you why. What happens is later in the winter, these fish are going to go looking for warmer water, and the warmest water is going to be out deep later in the winter. Right now, though, the water temps are pretty stable all the way across shallow water out to deep water. So what's happening is these fish are cruising these shorelines, and that's what we're fishing today. We're fishing shallow water along a shoreline, but there's a few things you want to look for that really make a big difference, isn't there, Jason?
Yes. You know,
there's one.
Good job. One of the things I look for, I don't look for those shorelines that drop off real fast. I like a long, tapering shoreline. And you'll see that it'll actually go in steps as it goes out to the deeper water. What I try to find is those like 3 or 4 1-foot contours that are really sharp, really close together. And then as soon as you come off of that, you'll notice you'll have a big gap before you hit your next contour. Yep. And that's where those fish seem to roam. And I think a lot of that is a sand transition before you hit the mud.
Okay. Well, and it gives them that natural feeding shelf that they can run along, and then all of a sudden everything's stable there for them. The depth stays the same, and they've got a big feeding shelf, and that's where you're going to find the minnows, the larvae, all the different shrimp, and all the things they're eating, because they want to be in a stable area as well.
Correct. There he is. That one was aggressive, Jon.
Stole that one.
Oh, look at that. Just dig.
Is that a perch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just a big perch. Okay.
Nice one. Nothing
look at that.
Nothing wrong with that there.
Perfect fish.
I tell you, it seems like the flashier colors seem to be working a little bit better today, Jon, with the sunlight, with the clear ice. I mean, when that sun comes through and hits the top of these plates and reflects off those beads, it's got to just be giving multiple shades of colors down there. And every bait fish is not created equal either, versus shrimp or minnows or crustaceans.
Sure. Well, and I think the other thing that happens too, especially in the shallower water, is you got more light penetration down there. And the more light penetration you have down there, the more difference color and flash can make. And you take a day like today, we got sun out in the morning, we got a little bit of cloud cover coming in now, and it's kind of bouncing in and out. And what we've done is it's very deliberate. Jason has stayed with a metallic color, and the reason we're doing this, we're trying to get those fish that are going to relate to that flash, and I've gone to a glow color right now just because we're looking for something else. But, in these shallows, I'll tell you, color can make such a big difference, and that's why we'll change throughout the day. And if you quit changing, here's what you find out a lot of times. Fish will come in and just look at you, and part of what's made us keep changing here is we've had a lot of lookers today, more than we're used to. Usually they come in, they're hot, you get them. But they seem to be a little bit off, and that can be a combination of things. That can be the cold front, that can be a lot of different things that may be happening. It can be a pressure change that's coming in 2 days that they're starting to feel. Correct. So just keep changing, and you'll usually find a combination that catches fish. One thing I always do, though, is I try not to fish the same as the guy right next to me. Now, if he's fishing 50 yards away from me, I don't mind being on the same color if we're getting them. But if he's right next to me, I try to be different, because sometimes a fish will turn up his nose here, go over there, and vice versa.
That one down there in the bottom, huh?
Yeah, he's flat belly on the bottom, though. He's been kind of up and down, up and down. I think sometimes those are the smaller fish.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that... Ooh, boy, look at that, though. Something came up and got pretty hot here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
He's chasing you. No, yep. I got one down there, too.
There he is. Got him.
Got him?
Yeah, you know what?
Ooh.
I was wrong. I was wrong. This one feels like a pretty good one.
I think the big one coming to the little one and said, "You ain't eat my dinner."
Yeah, look at that.
That's a jumbo there.
That's exactly what we're after. That thing right there is just fun to catch. I don't care where you go fishing. You know, I was saying this earlier. You know, Jason just laughs at me. This is one of the only places I ever go fishing that I think to myself on the way when I'm going perch fishing, I might have to bring the walleye rods because what I'm going to catch is almost the size of some small walleyes that we'll get in other places. Let me throw this guy in the bucket, and I want to show you this perch talker. I want to give you some up-close look at this thing and show you exactly why this thing catches fish like that all day long. This is the Lindy perch talker. And we talk a lot about this one because I'll tell you, there's nothing like it. This is the only one of its kind out there. And what's so cool about this bait is all of these brass beads and discs just tick together. And then when we put all these different colors together, now I'm fishing a glow and Jason's fishing a metallic. But when you put these different colors together, and there's 6 different colors, but then when we put them all together, we have 2 different sizes. You can pretty much catch fish in any situation that you're in. I don't care if you're in deep water. I don't care if you're in shallow water. No matter where you're at, you can pretty much catch fish with them. The other thing that's really cool is perch are so curious and they'll come racing in, but then sometimes they'll back off a little bit, and they'll back off because of that noise. Now they're trying to decide, should I hit it or not? And that's why we have this dropper chain here. As soon as you put that bait down there on the dropper chain, you're able to work that bait really, really aggressively. And then when that fish gets there, that one I just caught, I almost just slowed it down to nothing and lifted. And he comes up and grabs that because now the noise isn't at the bait and he's there to eat.
Correct.
So I'll tell you what, this lure, all said and done, no matter where I have fished it, it is just deadly on perch. And the other thing is, it catches everything. This thing catches crappie, it catches pike, it catches walleye. But I'll tell you what, it was designed for these perch with this noise, and it's just deadly. Get back down there, see if we can't get ourselves another one here.
But they're all over down there again, John. Oh, that thing just raced right up and smoked it.
There's another one down there yet, too.
There he is.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
Yes, it's a dandy.
And I'll tell you what, it can just be one after another when you're in these situations and they come roaring in like this, because they come in these packs, and you know, you can catch fish like this all day long. It doesn't matter where you're fishing. There's the opportunity to catch fish like this when you put yourself in the right location and you use the right baits. There's perch like this waiting all over the Midwest for you. Devils Lake is one of the best, but there's a lot of these places. So get out and give it a shot. Pick up some perch talkers, drill a few holes, and get after them.